Hi, it's your friend Elenis, here with a little impromptu rant, I guess you could call it. I'm basically feeling a little annoyed with both the dirtbag left and the woke left. I feel they are both undermining tactical unity in the left wing. Let's start with the dirtbag left, shall we? So I've actually taken a look at Vosh's response to this incident on Twitter, and I looked at the comments of this video, and I saw many of the users responding to it, saying that their approach with the woke left should be to block them all and wait until all the other leftists cancel each other. Is that really such a good idea? To station yourself away from your comrades and wait until they wipe each other out? Is that something that comrades do? I'm a little confused here. If we want to start focusing on solidarity, as Vosh says, then our first priority should be on our comrades, first and foremost. Now, I think I can offer a little bit of perspective as to why what happened on Twitter happened. There is a sub-community of trans women on 4chan who, for quite a long time, have been strategizing on ways that they might be able to throw non-binary people under the bus so that their rights could survive, because they felt that non-binary people were basically a burden on the rest of the trans community. Now, like it or not, this sentiment was heavily implied in Natalie Wynn's comments on Twitter. Like non-binary people were a burden to the rest of the trans community. That's honestly the way it came off. And I feel like the non-binary people in particular are feeling like they're being blamed for being vigilant and for responding to something that they recognize as a threat, because by all accounts in any other situation it would be. And I'm going to be honest, in this situation I'm honestly really surprised and really fucking grateful that the only thing that was destroyed was Natalie's reputation. It could have been much, much worse. There could have been a whole shitstorm of infighting within the trans community between gender-conforming trans people and non-binary trans people. And that infighting would have reached as far as leftist circles as well. It would have destroyed us. I'm glad it didn't come to that. Yeah, I'm a little bit sad about what happened to Natalie, but it's not as if she wasn't aware of what she was dealing with. Traumatized people who felt the need to respond to a threat. And I'll be honest with you, Vosh, the way you responded was no better. In fact, your immediate response on your Discord channel was a lot worse. You started saying that non-binary people are just edgy snowflakes who want to define their entire identity based around their gender. I am telling you this is wrong. I consider myself non-binary too. And I can confidently say that this has gotten me thinking a lot less about my own identity in terms of gender, as to what standards or gender norms that I should and shouldn't be following, or what I see myself as. I don't worry about it, because I guess my approach to it is that I don't really care. But that's not the point. The point is, you don't know anything about us. And what you did was actually undermining, trans people's wishes a lot worse than what Natalie did. And that was pretty terrible. Like, this is another case of you getting foot and mouth disease. I'm not going to deny that the woke left, in its own ways, is pretty terrible too. It destroyed a platform, and I don't know what's going to happen beyond this point. But I'm going to say the woke left and the dirtbag left are unprecedented. I remember there was a time when I still considered myself a progressive radical in high school, when I was standing up to a U.S. veteran and calling him out on his complicity with U.S. imperialism in front of other students in my high school. And during this time, I was influenced by a channel called The Pinky Show. And The Pinky Show and their contemporaries didn't suffer this amount of infighting. I don't know what's going on here, but I do feel that both the woke left and the anti-woke left are undermining tactical unity. What I'm trying to get at is that we need to focus on our allies. We need to focus on the traumatized and vulnerable people, on what they think, on how they feel, and how they respond to threats and what they perceive as threats, so this doesn't happen again. Anyway, I guess that's all I have to say on the matter. Sorry I wasn't really able to get this out the way I feel I should have. I guess I should say bye for now.